the end of June 2017.
Finally.
Okay, Ryan doesn't like June apparently. This is George Ryan Video Games, a monthly video game podcast, one of the many you can find on the internet, but this is the only one with a titular George and a titular Ryan.
That we know about.
Oh man, George and Ryan, the other one.
The other ones.
The Negaverse one.
Oh jeez.
Anyways, we are a monthly video game.
They have the bad takes, but we have the good takes.
Oh right, yeah, sure.
Hell yeah.
The take you said earlier before we recorded about Shadow of the Colossus was a very good take.
That was a very good take.
That was a quality take. Anyways, we are a monthly video game podcast where we come to here to the podverse, to discuss the video game news and the game releases of the month prior that we are interested in, that we played, and the news that we care about. And we talk about what we're looking forward to the next month. This is the episode for June 2017. I think this is the first time I got it right. As
we all know, June is the most uninteresting month in video game news.
True, it's very slow.
Because nothing happens.
Nothing happens very
slow. Not a single thing happens.
In fact, actually, like, video game companies, like, we're just not going to release any game. Well, actually, that's kind of true.
That is pretty true.
No! June is probably one of the most busiest and most
in like
heavy
1 week, and then nothing else the rest of the week.
This week in particular felt like an eternity.
Oh yeah, it was awful.
Jesus Christ. But
we're
yes,
talking about E3.
We're talking about the Electronic Entertainment Expo. So we're going to talk about that very briefly because if you do listen to this podcast, first of all, thank you. Second, you're probably sick and tired of hearing about E3.
I got sick and tired of it real quick.
Yeah, so we're just going to talk about our favorite games from the show real quickly. And then we'll get into the news, which there's like maybe 3 items. And then the games we played to that. And honestly, it's going to be a lot of backlog, like stuff that didn't come out this month because there wasn't a lot that came out.
No.
So it was a lot of getting through other stuff. And then what's coming out in July?
Yes.
Summer.
Summer is here, official.
Dead. Did the summer start in June or May?
End of June.
What
like
the
June
fuck?
It's like June 21st. It's weird, man.
That's fucked up, man. Anyways, let's get into our favorite stuff from E3. Games, not announcements. Even so, the announcements, I went into this going that it was going to be a pretty tepid E3, and I think it was I was mostly right. Like, nothing blew my mind, at least. Actually, there was one game that kind of blew my mind, but not in the way that something like a Shenmue 3 would blow your mind. So, Ryan, I'm going to let you start off. So, okay. Ryan, what was one of your favorite games of the show?
Beginning off, as we all know, I look like Peter Parker, Spider-Man.
Sure.
I used to when I was a nerd child. So I've always loved me some Spider-Man. And I'll tell you what, George, you play Spider-Man games.
I do.
Like 90% of them are pretty bad. Am I right?
Especially as of late, yes.
Especially as of late.
Definitely. Ever since Treyarch stopped making them and started making Call of Duty.
Yeah, but this new Spider-Man game for the PlayStation 4, simply titled Spider-Man.
Yeah, that's weird.
It looks pretty good.
Yeah, yes, it looks good, but it's just weird that it seems like it's just called Spider-Man.
It is just called Spider-Man.
That's weird.
It has the Marvel logo on the top of it, though.
Spider-Man.
Marvel Spider-Man.
So yeah, this is the Insomniac Spider-Man game that was revealed at E3 last year. This is the first update we've gotten since it was revealed. We saw actual gameplay, small section there.
It was the game they ended the show on, which I thought was weird.
It was a weird... I guess if you're not going to talk about Last of Us...
And I know a lot of people were upset about that, especially like a lot of Nintendo people I follow. They were like, fuck this, we want The Last of Us, or we want something else. We don't want this Spider-Man. But I wanted that Spider-Man, and I like that Spider-Man.
I didn't expect The Last of Us to be at the show. Because it's so far out.
But then why they announce it?
I don't know.
And the issue with Sony is they always announce stuff, and then they...
Oh, yeah.
And then it never happens.
Then they fuck off. Everyone's like, oh, well, here you go. And then we're just going to update you.
Especially lately, they've been doing that a lot.
But anyways, Ryan, what about this gameplay demo of Spider-Man got you jazzed?
I mean,
it looks like a good Spider-Man
I honestly
game.
Didn't like the fighting stuff. It looked very boring. Looked Batman-ish, and I don't like the Arkham games. But that swinging stuff, that looked real good.
It did.
And at the end of the trailer, when Miles was there,
Miles Morales
was very good. I don't know what they're going to do with that. 2 Spider-Men, I'd love that.
I'm excited that it's a completely new story. That's cool.
That's true. I hope to see a lot of... Kingpin was in there. I love me some Kingpin. I'm hoping to see
some Wheelman there.
Some Wheelman. Show me some Stiltman.
Or some Fence Eater, man.
I love Stiltman. He's my favorite. You know what his bit is, George?
What's his bit?
He has stilts.
You would have met... that's not... For Insomniac, that's not too far out. Since
I expect them to do that.
they're silly. Apart from, Resistance is the most serious thing they've done. And some VR stuff. But anyways...
Spider-Man comes out in 2018. It's too far away. So I don't think I'll be touching my PlayStation much this year.
No?
Unless there's some other good indie stuff.
You want to play Yakuza? Or you give up on that? I gave up on playing Yakuza
I'm
0.
gonna play. No new things.
Oh, okay,
like
gotcha.
Yakuza and like Nier have already come out.
Yeah.
And I want to play those, but there's nothing new.
Yeah, I can see that. Me too.
Which is
I made a
disappointing
list,
for me.
and it's a lot of small stuff I want to play, like Sonic Mania and a lot of it. Nothing like there's not really anything exclusive at the end of the year. Yeah, it was all kind of.
So yeah, Spider-Man. I hope it ends up being a good one.
Yep,
I like me
I
some
hope so too.
Spider-Man.
I'm interested to see what Insomniac. It looks very like a lot of the lessons I took from Sunset Overdrive would fit in well with this game. So I'm interested to see how that goes. Anyways. My turn. Let me tell you about Donut County.
I forgot about this one, so you'll have to remind me.
So this wasn't at the showcase. This wasn't any of the showcases, but it was on the show floor and people were talking about it. This is being put out by Annapurna. I think that's how you pronounce their name. I can never pronounce their.
I was so confused because I thought they just did movies.
Yeah,
And they showed like 3 games off.
Yeah, so it was. They announced last year. Yeah, a lot of stuff. So this is okay. So I follow Sony very closely what their studios do. And then I guess there was some sort of exodus at Sony Santa Monica or from where a lot of the people who like help indies publish games, they left or got fired or Sony had layoffs. And so what happened was those people the incubation who like helped out on stuff like Journey, Flower, The Unfinished Swan, all those smaller stuff, they spun out and made Annapurna Interactive, and so they're helping. So they made a team to help publish indie games for Annapurna, which I thought was interesting because it's like that's a Hollywood studio. They're putting out video games. So yeah, they put out What Remains of Edith Finch, which was supposed to be a PlayStation exclusive, but then that got out. We haven't heard anything else of the other stuff. They're working on Watam, which was a game with the guy who made I forget his name, who was the creative head on Katamari Damacy. And Robin Haneke is going to work on that. And then they're working on they're publishing Donut County, and this is a game by Ben Esposito, who has a very varied list of games. He is a character. He is a very good character. I recommend following Ben Esposito on Twitter. He's very good. He's got my sense of humor. He made Bubsy3D.com.
I'm remembering this now.
Yeah, Bubsy goes to Applebee's and then it goes to hell. He's part of Arcane Kids, who worked on that and also worked on Sonic Dreams Collection, and Tattletale, the PC game, that Furby. I don't know if you know about this, like that game where like the Furby that moves around. That's Ben Esposito. So yes, so Donut County. Imagine it's like a soft, pastel colored, sort of looking game. I'm trying to think of what to compare it to. Kind of like Ooblets, actually. Not too far off from the style of Ooblets. Maybe a little bit less cute, but still rounded and kind of soft colors. And so
Ooblets is more pastels, though.
Yeah, a lot more pastels, yeah. So this game... So, there's a giant hole in the ground, and it's eating everything up. And so you play as the hole who is eating everything up. And then there's also the other half of the game is the people that you eat up, like the stuff. They're still alive, so they're in there. They're and the story is like they're talking like, "What the fuck is this hole? Like, how did we get here?" And so it's kind of like a Katamari Damacy, where you're going around collecting these people. I don't know. It looked really. I like the art style is really charming. It just looks really cool. And it seems unlike a Katamari Damacy. It seems less about scores and getting a ball. It just seems like here's a small level, clear it out. Try some new things here, and then there's a bit of story. So yeah, Donut County, it looks really cool. I only heard about the name. I never saw the game. I saw it at E3 while people were playing it. So I'm excited about that.
Speaking of pretty games.
Yeah, speaking of the game I just mentioned, Ooblets.
Ooblets. I think it was you who first brought this up to me. You said like there's this game, it's like indie, and it's like Harvest Moon, Animal Crossing, and Pokemon
yeah.
in one. And I was like, ooh. And then I saw it.
A lot of games you're interested in.
Like 3 of my favorite franchises ever.
Yeah.
And it's also like this like very soft pastel art style to it that looks beautiful. Like I saw like half of a trailer and like a showcase reel, and I was like, I don't want to know anything else. I just want that game as soon as possible. That also comes out in 2018, which is bullshit.
Yeah, it's PC, Xbox One.
Bullshit. Well, I can play on PC.
Yeah, you can play on PC.
But yeah, it looks so pretty, and I love the inspiration behind it.
That was one of the big indie games out of E3. Yeah. It's really exciting.
I don't have much else to say about it. It just looks so pretty.
It sounds too good. Like you think about it also sounds complicated. Like you're farming the little animal guys, and then you train them and to go into battles and stuff. It looks dope. It's being published by Double Fine.
Good people.
Yeah, it's really good. My second game,
A game that I was confused about.
I think everyone was, Hidden Agenda. This is coming out of a new PlayStation initiative called PlayLink Games, which came out of left field completely and is kind of confusing. And we're getting one of the first PlayLink games next month for free if you're a PS Plus subscriber. So Hidden Agenda is one of the next games, which is another thing was revealed at E3. One of the next games by Supermassive Games, the creators of Until Dawn, and it seems to be a smaller thing. You are using it's sort of like Jackbox, and
you use your cell phone.
You use your cell phone as a controller, and you're trying to find out like it's sort of a mystery of like a whodunit sort of thing. It was kind of clear because they were going very quickly. It was revealed in Sony's pre-show before E3 where they showed a bunch of stuff, and they didn't really
I think that was more interesting than their actual show, to be honest with you. Their pre-show. Kind of,
yeah. I think if they worked a lot of that pre-show stuff into their conference, and
it would have been
a lot better.
Yeah.
Of a conference.
Anyways,
but anyways, yes. The buzz around this once people got to play it was like, yo, this game is crazy. Like it plays like a board game. Like it's very intricate and it's got layers and a lot of, there's that one game in Jackbox that it kind of flew over my head when we played it. The one where you kind of guess the liar or whatever the heck.
Yeah, that one. We only played that once.
We only played that once. Yeah. And it's sort of an evolved version of that with very pretty graphics. It's a super massive game. So yeah, I'm interested in that. I just really want to see what Supermassive is next. I'm really upset. Like, what's going on with them? Like, because they're not owned by Sony. But it seems, you would imagine, I don't know what the fuck Sony's doing. Like, did they not want Until Dawn to be a success? And now they're just like, fucking, I don't know, fine. You guys can make other games, I guess. You want to make this fucking, what was it called? Bravo Team? This bland as fuck VR game where you're just like a SWAT. Do you remember this game? They showed
a little bit, yeah.
Oh my god. Anyway, Bravo Team. Anyways, yes, Hidden Agenda. I want to know more about that. Ryan, what's your last game that you're really hyped?
That Mario and Rabbids game looks much better than it should.
It looks really good. Like, I would say
when Ubisoft opened up with that, they had the rabbit with the question block. I was like, geez. But then like they showed
picture of Mario and the Rabbids like arm aside, and then Shigeru Miyamoto comes out with a gun, and then Yves Guillemot they flip around side to side with guns.
And it's like, man, I shouldn't be like this as much as I do. But then it showed the gameplay. And it looked really good.
Yeah,
like
Mario took cover behind a wall and then helped Luigi. Oh no, he used Luigi to do a jump and fucking jumped in the air and then just fucking shot a rabbit.
Yeah,
it
was
fucking
dope.
Cool.
I don't know, man. It looks really.
It seemed
good.
like it was really intricate. Like it's not the thing we expected because when we heard it was going to be an RPG, we were thinking more like I think we were all thinking turn-based. Or maybe an action
I remember
RPG.
A later rumor was like, actually, this is going to be a tactical RPG. I think Laura Dale said that.
And I still didn't picture XCOM, though. I didn't picture a grid.
I pictured something much more pixely, like Fire Emblem or Advanced Wars style. But I really like the direction of doing this.
Really good. It's one of the like that and Mario are like
it has that Donkey Kong rabbit, which looks real good. And so I'm like interested in seeing like later on how they fuck with more Mario lore.
Gonna have a Waluigi like that doesn't make any sense. That doesn't make any sense. You have to imagine that's just a normal rabbit because that's like two that's
gonna be the final boss. It's gonna be such a meme.
Oh, okay.
The Waluigi rabbit. Oh, it'd be so good.
Yes, I'm very. That's one of my most. I hope I get a. Well, I'll probably get a Switch by that point, so I'm excited for that game.
August, so very soon.
Yeah, and it was a very good moment when they introduced that, and like the developer started crying because Shigeru Miyamoto was like, "Oh yeah."
Which, I totally understand. Like being like.
No, yeah, totally.
I
get
a French developer, you never imagine someone like that would ever work on a Mario game, and he's like one of the few. Mm-hmm. So that's amazing for him. I'm so happy for him. They made a meme of him and his people gave him
I saw that
shirt. So good.
So it seems like the passion is there.
Oh, definitely.
They're trying. It seems like they're trying to make a good ass Mario game.
They've been working on this, like they've been pitching it to Nintendo
for a long time
years,
apparently. Yeah, right. Yeah.
They finally like did it, so like good for them. I'm excited, and that seems also like a perfect game to just like take anywhere on the Switch.
Oh, totally.
Yeah,
totally. Oh man, that game's gonna be hot fire. I hope.
I hope so, yeah.
Anyways, last game we'll talk about.
The game, I think you were the most excited for this game.
Man.
I've seen you in like a while.
You're right, man. I look back on it.
You were like jumping up and down the couch.
I know. I'm kind of embarrassed because I'm usually very cynical and reserved, especially as a
man, it was just me here. Don't worry.
And I'm like,
and your girlfriend.
And I lost my fucking shit. Listen, I am a YouTube creator. Let me tell you about Need for Speed Payback. Need for Speed Payback is the next game by Ghost Games, which is the culmination of people from the old Criterion before they split off to go make Three Fields Entertainment and then maybe go out of business because I don't think those guys are going to do well. And they're not, and the other ones are not making Star Wars games. So yes, this is the next Need for Speed game, following Need for Speed Reboot, which was not a great game. The one that used full motion video and was always online. It was not a great game. And so we're here with this new one. It seems like it's very story focused, and it seems a lot like the new Fast and Furious movies. But more importantly, it looks like fucking Burnout. Ooh, Ryan.
Okay.
It was that moment when that car crashed into the other car,
and it went all slow-mo,
and it was
and
a
the camera
slow
panned
motion.
to
I was
it.
like, "Oh fuck, man!" I'm excited.
It looks like cars.
There's things I'm worried. I'm worried that
I feel like the pan thing goes too long. I feel like that would take you out of the
that's
race
what right
you're
because
doing.
it looked cool when you're presenting it, but if you're playing it,
Yeah.
that seems like I don't know, it just doesn't mesh
It feels
well.
like you're like
If it's like some like moments, like you have these like it's like a boss
yeah, if there's
fight.
if there's like big moments, that's awesome. But like if that happens every time you
Yeah,
crash into a
that can be-
car
that
in
can
a
be a
game where
problem.
you play as the world's fastest car,
That's what Need for Speed is.
yeah,
He's got the
then-
Need for
then-
Speed because he's the fastest one,
Yeah.
so he needs to satisfy his hunger.
yeah.
Yeah, but yeah, that's
He's
the
not
thing that
satisfied
worries
because
me.
he's so fast.
And also, Need for Speed tried to do this with a game called Need for Speed: The Run, and then that closed down the studio.
That does not sound like a good title.
And that was the worst Need for Speed game. So I don't know, but man, for what I wanted out of the new Need for Speed game, that was it. The only problem there was that since it's like actual cars, the cars didn't get that fucked up. They kind of got messed up, but I don't know. I'm excited for Need for Speed Payback.
All right. Anything else you want to talk about real quick before we get into our game of show, the award that we're sending out to people?
Really quick, let's see. Really quick. Yakuza looks cool.
Yeah.
Tunic looks cool. Did you see Tunic?
Yeah, the
That game
Zelda-ish
looks
one. Yeah.
dope.
Much better title.
Yeah. Tunic
Still
looks
not a
good.
great title, but better.
I hope Cuphead comes out and it's a good game because we still don't know about that game. Tacoma's coming out real soon. I really hope I have a PC by that point. So I can
True.
give you back your Linux computer. And I have.
What are you talking about? It's a great Linux.
Yeah, and I can play Tacoma because I really want to play Tacoma.
For me, like, Kirby looks amazing. I love me some good Kirby.
Well, it's got some. What's it called? The 64 one. What's it called?
Crystal Stars.
Did I imagine that, or were they combining?
Yeah, they were combining
Okay.
powers. But in this one, it's kind of like the original Kirby, where like you get partners who are the enemies.
Yeah.
And then you can use those partners to create combined powers.
Yeah.
That looks awesome. I love me some Kirby. I know you're not a huge fan of Kirby.
No, I like Robobot though. I honestly, if you, I really want.
I just want
I like
another,
Robot a lot.
I wanted like another big like console Kirby game. Like Triple Deluxe didn't do it for me. It felt too safe.
What was it? Rainbow Curse wasn't good.
It was all right.
Mm.
The new Yoshi game looks interesting. I mean, I like the idea of like its whole idea is like you can.
Let me tell you about a game called Tearaway.
You can flip the levels.
Let me tell you
That's
about
pretty good.
Tearaway, Papercraft. All right.
Although I don't get like because in the Yoshi game, from what Nintendo said, like you can only like play through levels again. Like you play it through one way, and then the next time you play through the level, you play it through another way. And only in multiplayer is when you can switch levels. That seems weird. Because like in multiplayer, when you have two Yoshis, if you ground pound, the level flips, and that's cool. But why can't you just do that normally? I don't have a lot of friends, George.
I'm gonna look this up because I assume you might not know, or if they have said. But did they say if it's was it Feel Good?
Feel Good's making.
Okay,
Yeah.
gotcha. Just fucking Yoshi developer, I guess. Okay.
It looks very cute. I like that.
Yeah, I think that's all the small. I mean, Knack 2, of course,
Knack
Game of the
2,
Year,
Game of the Year.
2017. Excited, really excited.
When's that coming
I'm
out?
actually genuinely excited.
When's that coming out?
September 5th.
Ooh,
I wish it was a
jeez.
little bit sooner, but it's a $40 title.
True.
There you go. Anyways, game of the show, Mario Odyssey. Holy fuck,
Oh,
man. Oh, man. I don't know what to say because, again, we assume that other people listen to their podcast, so there's not much to say.
Like it looks great.
Other than it looks
and I can't believe it's coming in October.
phenomenal.
Comes in October.
Are you betting on November?
Yeah, I mean, who wasn't?
Yeah, I guess
For,
so, that's
That's
true.
when Nintendo now releases all their
That's
big
true.
games.
That is very
yeah.
early.
They always release 2 games on the same day in November. That's their strategy.
Right, you're right.
It's weird, but that's their strategy. But this is coming in November, October. I mean,
It looks
it looks great.
fucking
It looks
fantastic. It looks They even said it themselves, like, this is of the Mario 64 and Sunshine lineage,
Exactly,
right?
and those are the games
and
I like.
Oh, fuck, man.
Like,
it
the
looks
movement,
real good.
the world, it plays like Banjo-Kazooie and how you can, like, collect stuff and then keep playing.
Mm-hmm. There's some weird motion control stuff, which I don't know how that...
I've heard some people...
Because you actually flick your hat to get out of the cap.
But that's all mapped to controller stuff.
Also, I guess if you don't know, Mario Odyssey is the next Mario game where you have a cap and you can possess things, which I guess we didn't know until E3.
Yeah.
Which was the really cool thing. He puts
He
his hat on
flipped
the
his hat on
frog
a frog
and he
and he possessed it.
possessed a frog. Or no, captured.
My favorite meme was like, the edit is like, oh, he's actually been harvested.
Oh,
that's pretty good.
Right, yeah.
Because
that's a Nintendo.
That's Nintendo.
Yeah.
It was like a fake Nintendo.
Yeah.
Actually,
because it was like
Kirby's been harvested by
exactly.
Mario. That's pretty good.
Yeah, that's good.
That's pretty good.
That's not at all more haunting at all. But yeah, I don't know if it's the same with Mario because it just looks
I'm excited.
fucking fantastic.
Do you think there'll be DLC for Mario?
That's a weird thing.
That's the
not
thing
even a
I've been
thing.
like back and forth at because they've never done it for a main Mario game.
I mean,
and they've also never needed to. But they did it for Zelda.
The main thing you could see them do is Yoshi. We added Yoshi,
Yeah.
but also that seems like they would just make a new sequel for that.
Mm-hmm.
But I don't see them making an Odyssey 2. So
I could see because this came out so
actually,
early. In the
it's
Switch's
so early, and
lifestyle.
they did that with Galaxy,
They
right?
did, yeah.
So get ready for Odyssey 2. Yoshi's in it. We're very excited about Yoshi. Yoshi.
You can play as Luigi.
I mean,
maybe.
I've been grappling with this idea and concept, and I'm not fully formed on it, but I'm starting to think that Yoshi might be bad.
You think Yoshi's bad?
I think Yoshi might be bad.
I like Yoshi. I don't like Yoshi games.
Like, yesterday I was thinking, like, maybe Yoshi's Island is a bad video game.
I never got into it. I think the thing with me and
Maybe it's
Yoshi's
just because I listen
Island,
to a lot of Giant Bomb. And
there's so much to, like, collect, and it's all not clear where it all is. Because, like, with the red coins in Yoshi's Island, they're just disguised as normal coins. And it's like, well, I don't fucking... How am I supposed to know I'm supposed to get that? And also, I don't like throwing eggs. It's weird. Like that 2D plane.
I like it more as a showpiece for the Super Nintendo because it's a very impressive game.
What playing as Yoshi in Super Mario 64 DS was very good. Because you sucked up enemies and you got the eggs and you just threw them at the enemies. That was very good.
Did they re-release that game on Wii U Virtual Console?
Yeah.
That's probably the best way to play that game. Because there's new content in that game, right? That's
is.
only on that, yeah.
Yeah, there's like 10 more stars.
And that fucking version sucked.
It did. I hate it.
It was fucking terrible.
I mean, parts of it look nicer, but it's also like, okay, it controls worse.
Yeah, controls awful. Anyways.
And some of the new stars are weird. Anyways.
Let's move on. Mario is our game. I think it's the most anticipated game for the year.
Yeah.
For the going forward, I think so.
Yeah.
There's nothing else.
I'm excited.
Well, we're going to move on to news, but let's stay somewhere in the vicinity of E3. Because they announced the thing that I didn't think they were going to announce, and they announced it, and I thought it was very perplexing. They announced Metroid Prime 4.
They did.
And after that, on their pre-show, where they had 3DS game, or their after show, where they had 3DS game,
Live, yeah.
they had 3DS games, they showed off they're working on a new Metroid game. And by they, I mean Mercury Steam is making
a remake of Metroid
2, which now you know why they pulled down that Metroid 2 remake. So yeah, the thing I want to talk about this with you, Ryan. So let's tackle 4 first.
Okay.
How do you feel about the announcement of Metroid Prime 4?
I
was watching. I was like, "You fucking did it. That's cool." But
it was cool. It did seem weird though.
That's weird.
Like the thing with like Nintendo's showcase is they did a lot of good damage control. Because like the week before they had the Pokemon Ultra Sun Ultra Moon thing.
That's true.
And people, me included, were pissed.
That's true.
Because I don't want to pick up my fucking 3DS anymore.
Are you actually getting Ultra Sun and Moon?
Yes, because I have a problem.
That sucks.
But I don't want to.
That sucks.
I want to play it on the Switch.
Have they even said what's in that?
No, it's weird. They said there's new features and it takes place in an alternate version. And it's like, what the fuck does that mean? Just tell me if I can play as Rowlet again. But like they announced a proper Pokemon game coming to Switch, and they also announced Metroid Prime 4 coming to Switch, which people have been yelling at Nintendo about forever, especially once the Wii U came out, because people were like, okay, HD Metroid would look great, do that, and they never did it.
The Nintendo Land game's pretty good.
It was pretty good, yeah. So I mean, I played a little bit of Metroid Prime 1. I have it on the Wii U, and it played really good, especially for a shooter, which I do not like. So like I'm personally interested.
Mm-hmm. And what I meant is like, do you feel like Metroid Prime 4 specifically should exist? Because it's such a weird, like Metroid Prime 3 was such a long time ago.
Yeah, it
and
was.
even when Metroid Prime 3 came out, people were like, it's another Metroid Prime game.
It's true, and now people are like, yeah, another
right?
Metroid
Like
Prime
it's like
game.
this revisionist history. Like people were fucking super hard for Metroid. Like Metroid Prime 1, people love. That's a beloved game. And 2 and 3 people like, but people aren't crazy about 2 and 3. I always thought it was weird to make part of me feels like they might just rename it.
I think they will too, especially because they had that Metroid Dread tease like so many years ago, and I think that was going to be a 2D game, but there's like so much around that name that, and I feel like also renaming it would probably be better for newcomers because it's like, oh, Metroid Prime 4. There's a lot I'm probably missing out here, and also like I personally wasn't hoping for another like Prime game.
Me either.
Like I was also hoping for like a reboot of the series.
Me too. And I know Other M didn't work out for them, for most people. I didn't play it. You like it.
I like it, but like going back story-wise and gameplay-wise, I feel like it tried to do some things that didn't fully work out, especially with the origin of
They must have...
Because it was weird, because it's like Samus was like in this army, but she still has her suit, and I don't remember how she got the suit. Like everyone's in like normal gear, and she's in like this magical monster suit.
They never explain it.
I don't remember them explaining it. No.
That game, I still think that whole game's problems is that Nintendo, like Tecmo Koei, showed them the thing with the Wiimote where they like flip it, and they probably lost their fucking mind.
They did lose their mind.
They thought it was the coolest fucking shit ever.
It is really cool. The problem is you can't move. Like just. Come on, guys.
Anyways, moving on. So yeah, I think
I'm
we
excited.
agree it's weird, but we're
I
excited.
hope they rename it at least.
Me
because
too.
I feel like
It's so awkward.
It is awkward, yeah.
Like you made the announcement, and that's it.
Even if they just put like Metroid Switch, that would have gotten the same like.
I feel sure. Yeah, totally. I think you do a Final Fantasy 15 thing where like next time you show it, you show the logo, and then it transforms into a new logo.
That'd be pretty good.
Because that logo also. Come on.
Yeah.
That was the Metroid Prime logo and then a 4 and it looked whatever. I don't know. But anyways,
I'm excited. I'm very happy for Metroid fans cuz they've been through a lot.
But also I feel like this is sort of a Star Fox Zero situation. Where like if this doesn't work, shut the fuck up. Metroid's gone.
I think it will because Nintendo, like they even said they made a special team just for this game.
Yeah, it's not retro. Yeah,
and I think one of their people said that it was going to come out next year, which is weird.
Jesus.
Yeah.
All right.
Like that's not like a fact thing, but one guy said, I forget his name. It's Nintendo America.
You know what?
Guy.
They can delay whatever.
Oh yeah, no one's going to care if they delay it, and they probably will because Nintendo loves delaying games for quality reasons.
Anyways, but the thing that's other interesting is Metroid Samus Returns. It's the remake of 2, developed by Mercury Steam, the folks who made Castlevania Lords of Shadow and that Castlevania Lords of Shadow 3DS game.
I hate.
How do you feel? Yeah, it's a bad video game. How do you feel about that? I am cautious.
From what I've heard from people who've played it, they're like, "This plays real good."
Does it?
Yeah, and that
it just looks so ugly. It's on 3DS.
It does look really ugly. I mean. Look, it's in 3D. Like, they really talked about how good the 3D is on that game. And I love that. As a person who loves the 3D feature on my terrible, disgusting, ugly 3DS XL. Not even new 3DS. Still not a good name. New.
No.
It's confusing.
No, it's very confusing,
it's
right?
like 2 years old now, so how's it new?
New 2DS XL.
Fuck that. Like, yeah, I mean, I'm glad.
I guess, yeah. I think I couldn't get over how ugly it looked.
It does look very ugly.
It's very ugly. I wish I had a 3DS so I could, because I feel like the 3D kind of takes off some of the ugliness.
It does.
Because you're like, oh, look at this.
Because you're like kind of lost in like how like deep it is.
Yeah.
But like, yeah, like the 3DS is in such a weird place. Like it has this Metroid remake that a lot of people are gonna get.
It's gonna sell, yeah.
And it has Ultra Sun and Ultra Moon.
Which I guess people will buy.
Pokemon fans will buy that shit up.
Okay.
I mean, I know they're all pissed,
no, yeah.
but they're gonna buy it. I will. But it's like, what is this? What is the 3DS? Like, what is it, George? What is it? Why does it still exist?
I don't know. Miitopia. Let me tell you about it. Hey, Pikmin.
Hey, Pikmin. Hey, Pikmin.
Hey, Pikmin.
That's a good title.
Before I move on
That's a good title.
Yeah, it is a good title. Before I move on, I want to share something with you.
Okay, go for it.
The game is fun. The game is a battle. If it is not fun, why bother? If it is not a battle, where's the fun? It's a test that you pass, or a quest that you fail. A race against time, fun and battle, always locked together. But the game is also something else. It's a journey, a passport to new worlds, maybe even an odyssey. A look, a feel, an exploration. Close your focus and open your mind. That's how I'll end it.
That's how you'll end it?
That's it. That's all I gotta say. That was the speech Reggie did before the
was-
Nintendo Spotlight
That
came
was an
on.
interesting speech.
And I gotta once again close your focus.
Stop it.
Open your mind. Wake up.
Metroid Prime 4.
Yeah, we're excited for it. Anyways, moving on.
Talk about
Bubsy,
the real news.
baby.
Bubsy's back.
I have nothing to say about. So, Jeff Gerstmann of Giant Bomb was like, he tweeted out, I was like, there's a good minute, like, I thought this was fake because, like, oh, look at that, they got the Accolade logo back. Oh, that's silly. And then you're like, oh no, it's real. They just a company who owned the Accolade logo. They like sold it off, and now they're making Bubsy.
That game looks really ugly.
It looks
George.
fucking bad, man.
Like, the original Bubsy looks better.
Way better than that.
And that game
It looks like Sonic the Hedgehog 4. That's what it reminds me of. But it's also Bubsy, so it looks slippery and floaty as like you can feel just watching it. You can feel the floatiness. It's so bad. Bubsy 1 is not great.
No.
It's not awful.
It's not awful. It's just unnecessary.
And it's like you can't. It's like Sonic times 4. Like the Sonic problem is like the things that people don't like about it is like, well, you go so fast and you can't see what's ahead of you, so you hit something.
But also like the depth of it, like you have no idea like where you're landing because everything feels so zoomed in. Where it's like, okay, I'm going fast and I hit something that I had no chance of seeing.
Yep.
And that's even worse than like a Sonic game. Because
Yeah.
at least Sonic is like zoomed out quite a bit.
Yeah, and Bubsy's real. Like there's like
Like you are like staring at his sassy
like
little smile.
Bubsy's like at the end of the screen, so like it's
weird.
It's weird. Anyways, they're making a new one. I'm gonna see if there's anything interesting here. No, apparently apparently they also own the test drive. I thought Atari owned that. Bubsy the Woolly Strike Back is coming to PlayStation 4 and Steam. So there you go, Bubsy.
Bubsy.
That's only inevitable, right? I love how this the re-release of Bubsy kind of makes the re-release of Crash that much more insignificant, right? Like fuck it, let's bring back Croc. Let's bring back Gex. Why not? Right? Let's go.
Everyone's back.
Let's bring back fucking Plock. Remember Plock?
Just stop.
Okay.
Just stop. Stop naming these buzzwords that people just turned into characters.
Anyways, believe it or not, we're on the last news. Well, actually, no, we got one more before we get to the big one, which will end up. IO, good news for IO Interactive, the developers of Hitman.
They're free.
They're free, and they're independent, and they have the Hitman IP. This is the best case scenario.
Yeah.
So yes, IO is still alive. Hitman is still a thing for now. You would imagine Square Enix is going to finish publishing off whatever they have to do, and then we'll learn about their future. But yeah, they're an independent studio. They have
the freedom to make the most brutal Hitman game ever.
Yeah, they just got to find a publisher, I assume. Someone to put it out, unless they want to self-fund it.
who wouldn't?
I don't know. A first party could do it if they want it. I don't know. Though I feel like the Hitman has got a hotness right now.
It does. I'm thinking about picking it up.
So
it's on sale
that's good for them.
soon.
I'm excited. I should probably play Hitman. I have the first episode downloaded. I should do that at some point.
Let's talk about something that wasn't announced at E3, which like every year, like Nintendo does this. E3 comes out and like that was good.
But then they just out of nowhere
like
they tweet out like
2 months
it's
or a
3DS. I don't know fucking know.
Oh yeah, they did it with the new 3DS.
Yeah, they just tweeted it out.
And they did that with the Super Nintendo Classic Edition.
Yes, the most predictable thing happened.
Which, like, when this was, like, I saw someone, like, post about this on Tumblr, like, kind of text, like, it's out, and I was like, yeah, sure. And then I went to Twitter to do my, like, journalism, like, source checking, and it just popped up, it was like, what the hell?
And it was just Wario 64. It's like,
wasn't
everyone stop bothering me.
There wasn't even a video, at least with the NES Classic, there was
press
a video.
It was the press release.
What? I didn't even find the press release, I just saw the tweet.
Oh, yeah, yeah.
Like, later in the day, they made the website.
Oh yeah, they didn't even link to anything on the tweet.
No,
what's happening?
I was like, what the hell, guys? Like, good, because like, Like, the Super Nintendo is one of my favorite systems of all time.
Mm-hmm. And there lies the problem.
Yeah.
I got the NES Classic, but I gave it to my little brother because it was his birthday. Because I don't care. I don't really care.
And you can steal
NES
from him.
is whatever.
You have the keys. You can just rob them.
Sure, but the Super Nintendo is the thing that everyone you can't Super Nintendo. Everyone.
Yeah.
It's one of the top 3 consoles.
Yeah. It's great.
I am terrified. I really, really want this thing.
I have so many notifications set up on my phone.
Me too. I got Wario set notifications.
I have Nintendo Wire and Nintendo set up, and they've been faithful to me in the past. So I'm hoping. I have the website on my Chrome on my phone already. Mm-hmm. The placeholder on Amazon.
Someone DM'd to Wario that they'll suck him off if they let him know when the pre-orders go live before anyone else.
Nice. And it is currently not live.
No. Anyway, so Super Nintendo is $80. It is
comes with 2 controllers.
2 controllers. That American design you like, 5 feet wire, HDMI again. So let's go through the games that we get here. So we can be just kind of reactionary, just volley on how I feel.
Donkey Kong Country. No, wait, no.
Contra 3 the Alien? I didn't even know that. Contra 3 the Alien Wars.
Oh, yeah, Contra 3 the Alien Wars.
Contra
3 is pretty good.
Contra 3 is very good, but also that was that and Super Castlevania 4 were so this I'm interested because it's also I want to know how they're emulating it because those games were kind of at least Contra has a lot of Mode 7 shit and a lot of
that's
shit.
the most interesting thing with this is a lot of these games Yoshi's Island included they ran on Mode 7 and
and special chips as well, yeah,
and the ports that came out were different ports of it. Mm-hmm. So the only way to play Yoshi's Island
was the GBA version.
The GBA version, which is worse.
Yeah, it's not great. That's the one where it goes. Yeah, it's not great.
Yeah, they'll pick up great.
So Contra 3 is a great game. I think it's the best Contra. Donkey Kong Country.
Don't like it. Don't like Donkey Kong Country. That game is ugly as sin.
It's not great.
That game is ugly.
That music
as sin.
though.
It's fine.
It's pretty good. It all sounds like Stardew Valley. That's what I.
The most glaring admission I hear from people is that it doesn't have Donkey Kong Country 2, because that's the one people are like, oh,
Donkey Kong Country 2 sucks. I'm sorry, it's too hard.
Really?
I don't. Play
That's the one people are like, that's my child.
Donkey Kong Country 2 feels like it was made in 6 months, and
to be granted, a lot of rare stuff was made in 6 months.
Sure.
A lot of the stuff was good. It was just made
because they were made. A lot of their stuff was made in rapid succession. Here's game. Donkey Kong Country 2 feels like a fucking expansion.
Anyways, here's the game I'm super excited for. Earthbound.
Great.
One of my favorite games of all time. I've never played on a SNES. I've only played it illegally.
Yeah. So you can have some sort of emulate.
I even have it on my Wii U. I never got to playing it just because I don't know. It felt weird.
Mm-hmm. I'm not gonna fuck with. I'm sorry, I can't fuck with Earthbound.
Here's the game you're gonna fuck with. I know both of us are gonna fuck with this game.
I am literally buying it just for this.
I would buy this for $80 just for this game.
Me too. That's Final Fantasy VI.
Yeah.
The Super Nintendo version.
Holy shit! I'm so excited.
Fuck! I really want to play that.
Because
Man,
it's impossible to get
a good version of that.
Yeah, there's the PlayStation version that sucks.
The loading is too long.
The Game Boy Advance version sucks.
The sprites don't look they don't look like.
That Android version.
The Android
and that
version
PC
looks like
version.
fucking sin.
Why is the PC version a part of the Android version?
No, man. So yes, just
the good version.
Final Fantasy VI in HD and HDMI. Great sound, clear pixels. Yes. That's all I want.
F-Zero. I have this on my Super Nintendo. I still have my Super Nintendo, actually. I love it.
Was it 2010? I bought a brand new sealed copy of that game for $15 on Amazon.
Really?
Yeah, it was crazy. I probably still have the box. It's weird. But yeah.
F-Zero's fun. It's good to mess around with. I have a hard time showing people who aren't into games F-Zero and then be like, oh, this is great. They're always like, ugh.
Yeah, it's. I mean, it was a launch game, right?
It was. It was very. It looks very good.
Yeah, it does look very good. It's got good music. It's got very good music. Yeah, Kirby Superstar. If you're gonna have a Kirby game, that's the best Kirby game.
It is the best Kirby game, objectively.
Yeah.
Kirby's Dream Course is the best golf game.
Good-ass Kirby game.
My God,
that's a great golf game.
I never got to play in that. I only saw video of it when I was older, and I was like, I need that in my life. So I'm excited to actually play this.
That's a good video game. Legend of Zelda: A Link to the Past, one of the best Zelda games. I haven't played it.
That's a good game. I haven't
played it.
What are you gonna do?
Mega Man X, great video game.
Yeah, sure.
Do you not like Mega Man X, Ryan?
I've never played it all the way through.
Very fucking good. Anyways, Secret of Mana. I think that's an inspired choice. I don't think
It is.
Like, it's kind of a deep cut. Like, it's a respected game, but not a lot of people played. Like, you would expect them to put Chrono Trigger before they put Secret of Mana.
That's true.
I think it's a cool choice. I'm glad it's there.
Like, I think that's there just because, like, this comes with 2 controllers, and Secret of Mana is very good for 2 controllers because you can play Secret of Mana together. It's awesome.
Mm-hmm. Star Fox.
Not a good game.
If you were to say one of the best Star Fox games, it'd probably be top 3.
There's not a lot of Star Fox games though.
No. Listen.
Look, Star Fox, original Star Fox. Like,
that intro, that song, that Corneria song is very good.
It's like I keep hearing like it runs real slow.
And yeah, it runs like 4 frames per second.
Which is like, what's the appeal of that?
It's a neat artifact. Listen,
It
you need... I think they tied this perfectly
is.
because all you need to play is that first level, you hear that music, it's go... Bah, 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 bah. Cool, bam, boom.
Yeah.
Then you unlock Star Fox 2, which is the craziest thing of 2017.
It
In
is.
the year 2017, Nintendo is finally releasing Star Fox 2. Get back to what matters.
That's so weird that they didn't release it. I mean, like, I get it.
It makes sense when you think about it because it looked so. Because they were gonna release the 64, but they couldn't yet, and PlayStation was already out, and Saturn was already out, and like if we release this,
but that really goes against like what Nintendo is nowadays, which is, you know, who cares if a console is being replaced soon?
To be fair,
Just
Star
release
Fox
something.
against anything in a PlayStation looks pretty fucking bad.
Yeah, true. It would have been a nice like thing to end it on, though. I feel.
Yeah, but yeah, Star Fox 2 coming out. Excited! It's
A
eligible
game
for
no
Game
one's
of the
played.
Year. I mean, people played versions of it.
Versions of it.
Like, but
I'm hoping this is like a secret because I keep like hearing people like say like there's like different versions of Star Fox 2 out there.
There's an alpha. There's beta versions. There's a lot of
Some people I think claim to have a final version, but I don't believe that.
What's his name? Dylan Joe? I think no, I forget. But yeah, the developer who worked on the game, one of the leads on it, has it. I know people who've said like it's like a roguelike. This one has roguelike elements. It's got like some fucking chicken walker missions.
Yeah, it does.
I don't know. We'll see.
Here's a game I never expect to play on a Nintendo console this year.
Street Fighter 2 Turbo Hyper Fighting?
Yeah.
No.
I mean, you get to play it on an actual D-pad this time. That's good.
Street Fighter 2 Turbo was an interesting choice. Oh, no, it's not Super. It's just Street Fighter 2. My bad. It's just Street Fighter 2 Turbo, not Super Street Fighter 2. Yeah, I'd play Street Fighter 2 Turbo. I guess I'll get over Super Street Fighter 2 Turbo. Sure. Super Castlevania 4.
Good game.
That's a very good. It's that music and that. And look, it's a flawed game, but man, it's a very pretty video game. It's probably I think of Castlevania. I personally think of that. Super Ghouls and Ghosts. That's not a great version of that game, and I don't like Ghouls and Ghosts to begin with. Super Mario Kart.
Good game.
It's okay.
It's weird. I don't like having the map on.
Hated Super Mario Kart when I was a little kid.
I don't like the map on the bottom screen of it.
It's weird. Right. That's weird. It looks like a DS game.
Yeah, it's weird.
Super Mario RPG: Legend of the Seven Stars.
I have never played that game.
It. I'd be interested to at least try to play it.
That's the game people are like, this is the game. It never got better than this game.
Super Mario World. It's a good Mario.
That's one of my least favorite 2D Marios.
3 is way better.
3 is way better.
Yeah, I don't know what people are talking about.
Look, man, if this had Super Mario All-Stars on it, I'd be sucking Wario 64's dick too. Because I would have done anything for this. I have Super Mario All-Stars already, so it's fine.
Super Metroid. It's a great game.
I haven't played it.
I haven't played it either.
I'm meaning to.
Super Punch Out. Sure. Yoshi's Island.
We both agree. Maybe Yoshi's never been good.
Maybe Yoshi's never been good.
That's the take you could take home with you.
Yeah, maybe Yoshi's story looks okay. Anyways, the Japanese version has got Legend of the Mystical Ninja and Paddle de Pon, which I don't know what that is. And they also have Super Street Fighter 2, but we got Street Fighter 2 Turbo, which is weird.
And they don't have Earthbound.
And they don't have Earthbound, right?
They don't have Mother 2, which is weird.
I mean, do you think this is an American fixation with that game?
I think it became that just because America is like who's been asking for it.
And Europe got pre-orders almost immediately as it went on.
As of recording, we still don't have any
American ones. No. So that's cool. I personally would rather have the Japanese one. Actually, I'm perfectly fine with the Japanese one, but I will take whatever I can get.
I have so much nostalgia for that purple controller. I would prefer that.
I don't really. I don't know.
I just love both of those shades of purple a lot. Those are two of my favorite colors.
Reminds me of Ice.
It's very good.
Actually, it only reminds me of Ice because of that advertisement in the Nintendo
also,
Power where they put it in an ice cube.
My issue with the Super Nintendo controller, the classic one, is I actually had one. I had like the purple one and like a European one when I was a kid. I hated the A button being red.
Really?
Yeah, it's weird.
Why?
It goes against your instincts because like red is like stop and A is like the yes button. It's weird.
I guess.
I hate it. I don't know why.
Okay. Killer Instinct. They should put Killer Instinct on there.
That would never happen.
Yeah, because it's rare. Yeah.
Exactly.
It's a Microsoft game. Anyways, we're going to take a break. That's all the news we got. Sort of like I said, sort of a slim, but that's fine. It's a lean, healthy podcast.
Lean.
We're going to come back.
That's what we say about our podcast every week. Lean.
We're going to talk about some games we played and then what we're looking forward to next month.
Okay.
We are back.
And with more hot takes.
Yeah.
More than any other podcast.
We have
so
decided
get ready.
that Yoshi's actually good.
Yoshi's good.
We reform. We take back the statement. We apologize.
He's a good boy. His games just kind of
He's
suck.
very good. I didn't know that was an actual culture, not a Okay. Anyways, let's talk about games. Ryan, I've been playing one main game, which we'll get into. You really enjoyed this game, but I've been this is the summer, so I've been like messing around with stuff because nothing's really grabbing me. So I've been playing some stuff. So I'm gonna fire off some stuff I've been playing. I've been playing a lot of SEGA games, and this ties into a news thing that I'll get into. But I've been playing some Sonic the Fighters. Does that sound like that would be a good video game to you, Ryan?
I think that was on the Sonic collection on the GameCube.
Yeah, Sonic Gems.
I hated that.
That game is awful. It's really bad.
Man, I think I played that once when I was like 8 years old, and I was like, never again.
That's on Sonic Gems collection. Yeah, it's
not good.
Well, another game on Sonic Gems collection, Sonic CD. I played some of that.
That was the one I liked the
game.
most, but I still didn't like it. Honestly that Sonic 3D, that first Sonic 3D game.
Was that on there?
That was on there.
I thought that was on the one before that collection.
I can't remember.
You sure?
I had
Sonic R is in Gems, right?
I believe so. I don't remember, man.
Or maybe Sonic Blast. I don't know. Anyways, moving on. This is supposed to be rapid fire. I bought a copy of Sonic 06 for the PlayStation 3, making it the fourth time I purchased Sonic 06. I played some Fighting Vipers, the Sega Saturn game. It's not good. I played some Super Hang-On. That game's okay. I played some Nights into Dreams. Can we talk about Nights into Dreams very quickly? How do you feel about
the original one or like the
not
new
the
one?
fucking Wii
game?
Okay. Not that bad video game. Nights into Dreams. Have you played Nights into Dreams, Ryan?
Hell no.
I really want to be the guy who says I like Nights into Dreams.
Because those guys, their takes are what gets published.
Yeah, exactly. They're the cool kids, right? They're the kids like Far Cry 2 is actually the best Far Cry game.
That's like, whoa, front page.
And they like Nights. But man, Nights is not a good game.
It's like Nights and like Echo and like that Seaman game.
Hey, Seaman's pretty good. It's got Leonard Nimoy in it.
But like every time I see someone play it, I'm like, okay, are they playing it as the joke or?
They made a sequel. They're making a new Seaman actually.
I know.
That was
It's weird.
Anyways, Nights. I've played Nights. But yeah, I'm playing a lot of small stuff. I'm playing Silent Hill. Good. That is a good video game.
I still need to play that game.
I will probably talk about that more because it seems like it's a short game. But very quick, it's very good. It feels even more like an outsider game than ever before. Like, because unlike Resident Evil, it doesn't have the sort of pomp and like the panache of it. Because Resident Evil always starts off with like an explosion or something. Like Silent Hill just kind of starts and it's surreal immediately and you don't know anything.
That's what I like.
It feels like in a weird indie game. Like a bizarre like Itch.io thing. It's
it had
really
to be
cool.
at the time though, right?
Yeah,
because like Konami was like big, but that was probably like a smaller project they were working on.
I think they tried to make it big and then went through some weird development hell, and then it was like just fucking make whatever the hell. At least that's how I understand it. And
You're playing on your PS3, right?
Yes, and then I was playing on Vita and PS3, transferring the save data. But yeah, Silent Hill. That's a cool game.
They need to just port those things to the PS4 so I can actually play them. Like,
should we talk about that, actually? Should we talk about Sony's Jim Ryan? Have you been following this?
a little bit, yeah.
Okay, so Sony's Jim Ryan's been out there making headlines with his fucking quotes.
Like he always does.
The one particularly I'm talking about is that he was being interviewed about backwards compatibility, and he was talking about he was like, I was at a Gran Turismo event recently, and they had all the Gran Turismo games there because it's a history thing because they're celebrating Gran Turismo. Because Gran Turismo really they think they're a very big deal, and they are, but whatever. They take it very seriously. And he was like, "Oh, those games look ridiculous. Why would you play that? Why would you want to play just a new Gran Turismo?" And it's like, "What the fuck, dude? That's a first party product.
Yeah.
B, you were at an event specifically celebrating that stuff. And 3, come on, man. Like, it kind of feels like PR just told you, like, that's not happening, so just shit on the other thing, because Xbox is doing backwards compatibility, and at E3 it came out, they're doing original Xbox backwards compatibility. Anyways, as you said, it's ridiculous that you can't play PlayStation. Like, PS3 games, I get. PS2 and PS1 games, nope. There's no reason. There's no reason.
They should have just worked in the first place.
It's ridiculous.
I don't get it. Okay,
anyways.
whatever.
I think that's all some of the small stuff.
That's what, like, when Sony announced the PS3, that was their big thing. It was like, oh, it plays everything still. It plays PS1 and PS2.
I made a tweet, like, it's fucking stupid and cool that I hooked up my OG PS1 memory card, and it has my old-ass saves from my PS1, and I could just put it on my PS3, and I could just use it. Mm-hmm. That's fucking dope. But anyways, I'm trying to think if I played Pirates of the Caribbean at World's End. The PlayStation 3 game, developed by Eurocom for 2007. I played GeForce, the game, also made by Eurocom.
You played a lot of these for like an article you wrote, right?
No.
Okay.
No.
You just were.
I was up late night, and I was like,
I know you wrote some article. I didn't get to read it. I'm sorry.
That's fine. I wrote a Need for Speed thing, but no.
You wrote something about like.
So the thing is, I write about these things, Ryan, because I have a sickness, and I genuinely find all this old weird shit interesting.
Yeah.
Anyways,
I get that, but why is that old shit a Pirates of the Caribbean game?
I don't know, man. I think because when I was a little kid, I saw it in stores.
Did you have this on your PS3?
No, I got a PS Now's a trial subscription, and so I had this smorgasbord. So just picked up stuff. Listen, if you were like, man, I want to try some stuff out, I recommend it.
Recommend getting a free trial of PS Now.
This is embarrassing. I have made multiple fake PSN accounts so I could have multiple trial subscriptions of PSN. I think 5 at this point.
That's awesome.
That, and I have a Japanese PSN account that is kind of useless. Other than you see how much other cool stuff. Like, the real cool thing about Japanese PSN is that their classic section for PS1 games is incredible. They have like pages and pages of PS1 classics up there that we don't have, and that's really cool. But other than that, that doesn't serve much purpose. What was I saying? Oh yeah, I was playing a bunch of old games. That is all the small old stuff that I was playing. Silent Hill is a neat game, turns out. Before I talk more about my stuff, Ryan, why don't you tell me about Black Desert Online?
So Desert Online, it was announced at Xbox's event. It's coming
in a console.
It's a very popular MMO in South Korea.
Right.
It came to the States, I believe, last year or the year before, and it just recently came on Steam.
You would say, correct me if I'm wrong, but isn't that game very old? Like, wasn't it on console?
I'm not sure, to be honest. I know it's been popular in South Korea for like a long time, and it was the big deal was like, oh, it's finally coming to America. And then recently, I believe last month or very late May, it came to Steam. And I was like, you know what? I'll give this a go. Because it was on sale for the Steam Summer Sale for like $8. And like a friend of mine loves the game so much. So I was like, okay, I'll give it a shot. I usually hate MMOs because they're a very Western thing, you know? They play very like...
Apart from Final Fantasy 14, which is actually the big... like it's.
I've never played that.
My whole Twitter feed is Final Fantasy 14 right now.
People are loving that.
Because that new expansion came out. But yeah, you were saying?
But like most popular MMOs are very Western-based.
Warcraft.
So I've been very interested in trying this. And it's all right.
Not bad?
It's not bad.
I assume it's a lot of grinding because it's a...
Not really, actually.
Really?
You can level up pretty quickly. Like, I finished the like tutorial thing and I was already like almost level 20. Mm-hmm. But yeah, you create characters from like a list of classes that are all pretty interesting. It has this very like very good looking anime art style. So even if my computer can not run the game super well, so I have like the graphics set on like low or medium, and it still looks really good because it's all stylized very nicely. The combat feels very like Warriors style. It's all about like combos and like big like fancy like effects after these combos. So it's pretty interesting. I don't know what else much to say about it. Like, it's probably one of the most fun I've had in MMO, just because it's a lot more visually interesting. The combat's pretty fun. The UI is pretty much all over the place.
I mean, most MMOs are pretty.
This one's pretty bad. There's a lot going on there, and also doesn't explain stuff to you super well. Like the character I made, her bit is that she makes like this shadow puppy. And, like, I saw that in, like, her bio, and I was like, I want a shadow puppy to help me take down crime in this fantasy world. But it didn't tell me how I could fucking make it. I had to go to a menu and, like, add something to a quick bar just so I could make a fucking shadow puppy. And it doesn't even fucking do what I want him to do. Fucking dick.
Check the fan wiki. Black Desert, yeah, so Black Desert Online, I think, has been around since 2013, it turns out. There was no, I imagined this console version. I swear someone said that at one point. I don't know. That's all you got to say about Black Desert Online. All I know about that game personally is that it's got a buck wild character creator.
It does. The character creator is
fucking
very good.
Buck wild.
It's very detailed. In ways that some people may abuse.
Yeah. Are you a fan of Monster Factory on Polygon.com at all?
No.
That's a good video series, and they fucked that game up real good.
Wow.
It's very good. But yeah.
Anyways, I think if you're in the mood for a good
Free to play,
MMO,
right?
No.
Oh, is it monthly?
It's you pay for it once.
Oh, you pay for it once? Okay.
Yeah.
Oop.
And I think you can buy other stuff, but I'm not sure.
Okay.
I only like tested the water in it for about 8 hours with my friend.
How much is it? $30?
$10.
Oh, wow.
On Steam, yeah. Pretty good price for an MMO.
That's not bad.
Much better than Elder Scrolls Online, which I tried to get into again recently, and man,
I thought people like that.
I don't.
Okay.
I liked it at first, and I was like, this is not right. Anyways, Black Desert Online, a good game. When you see it in like the sidebar of a website that's shady, and it's like, play the game that everyone is.
Yeah.
Click on that ad. It's probably safe. It's probably real good.
Yeah. Oh man. Anyways, let's talk about a game I reviewed. Let's talk about this game. It's called Perception. It is made by a few ex-Irrational Games staff, the people who made on BioShock. It is a first-person horror game where you play as a young blind woman, and you use echolocation to move around this sort of, I guess, haunted house. I mean, it's a house that is haunted, but it also has a history, and the game is about exploring that history and the house shapeshifts to show you stuff that's happened in the past. So before I start, full disclosure, I kickstarted this game at a tier that didn't give me any rewards or the copy of the game. And it was so long ago, and it was such an instant. I was $1. It was literally $1 because the game didn't seem like it was gonna make it, and it sounded cool. It was a good pitch. And
it is a very good pitch. When I saw the concept trailer, I was like super impressed.
Yeah, and the names behind it, like, oh, they worked on BioShock. It sounded cool.
Awesome.
So yeah, but again, I didn't get any copy of the game or whatever, and I received a copy of the game through the game's PR. So anyways, so yeah, that pitch, and I talked about it on the review. Like, the pitch is so good. It is such a great pitch for a game.
So obviously the game is just as good.
Man, it's not. Perception is not a bad game, but it doesn't fully deliver on that idea, and some would say it does, but I would say it does so in a very cliche and tired manner that a lot of these PC first-person horror games just make a haunted house. So yeah, you're playing as this blind woman in this game. You're trying to figure out why this house keeps appearing in your dreams or whatever the heck, and you learn about how it's connected to you and the people there. It tells like 4 stories, and one of those stories is very, very strong, and it's really good. Story about this woman whose father was a military man, and he taught her about the military and why it's so good to serve, and she wanted to join the military when she grew up, and she falls in love with this dude. And he has to he gets drafted out to the war, and she gets worried, and she also wants to go. She kind of gets the feeling like, I can protect you, because she feels more prepared for it. And it's this sort of story of like, she wants to go in, but she's a woman, and like, do you want to be a secretary? Do you want to do all this stuff? And it's really, really interesting. And then there's also this crazy house that's putting her like really weird visions of her husband like having sex with prostitutes and all this really weird stuff, like, and it works very well for that moment. But the rest of the game, there's this story of this guy who like adopts a bunch of little girls, and there's like creepy dolls, and they have guns. And then there's this story of this doctor who's like who's poisoning his pregnant wife, and it's all like, okay. And this like Salem witch stuff that doesn't really tie up very well, and the rest of it just isn't very interesting. Like,
how's the gameplay wise? Like, does that at least like the promise of like
right? You're right.
Like that feels like a good like first level thing.
Mm-hmm.
But then like with any like horror game or any game, like you have to like at least build upon like the central mechanic. It can't stay the one thing. Mario doesn't just jump the whole time. He eventually gets something else, or like he runs into other hazards that change the way you have to look at situations. Does it do that at all?
Not really. It kind of does by making things more difficult, but so the thing that I don't think I think everyone assumed that they were going to work around it is like, well, if you're blind, that means mostly you're surrounded in darkness. And the only time it's not surrounded in darkness is when you're using a cane to make sound, so you can use echolocation. But the thing is that a lot of the game is stumbling in the dark, and you don't want to make too much noise because there's this ghost man called the Presence, and it's not very interesting. They don't really, it's not very exciting. And so the game is a lot of stumbling around the dark, but but a lot of it is very interesting when you figure out when you're actually in the game and you make notes like, okay, if the rat room was like, because there's no map in the game, right? Mm-hmm. So you gotta like make a mental map, like, okay,
much like a blind person would.
Yeah, and you gotta kind of deal like, well, do I find that appealing? Because it's not always appealing. Sometimes it can be frustrating because you find, oh, I was in this room, fuck. But when it works, when you're in it, like, especially for that chapter when I talked about when I was engaged with that story and I wanted to keep on moving, it was very good. But
what do you do with the story stuff? Is that like text you read?
It's like audio log kind of like you find a thing, like you find a cup, and the cup tells a story like, oh, Henry went out to the ba-ba-da-ba-da. I'm excited. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, okay.
It's sort of that. And then there's like sort of like instances where like you see like a ghost version of a past self, and you see them act something out. So it's not groundbreaking. But again, for that section when I'm telling you this story, it really worked. And maybe it was just me, and I got really sucked in, invested into it. But for that, it worked. For the rest, it's just audio logs and stuff. And so you can see a lot of perception isn't exceptional. And so that's kind of the.
Is it terribly long or?
No, it's like 3 hours. And when it's not being, I mentioned those dolls with the guns, man. If you thought it was frustrating to be walking around and mostly in the dark and you try not to make noise, otherwise the present's gonna come around, imagine that. But there's also fucking creepy dolls that keep saying creepy nothings, and they have guns and they shoot you, and you can't tell where they're shooting you from, and you're trying to run around and also make noise to figure out where you're going. Not fun. That's only for a bit. Yeah, I don't know. But also, I also want to give it props. Like, when it works for that one section, it was like, okay, this was worth like exploring this idea. Like, I don't think you went all the way with. I don't think the game goes all the way with it, but there's some stuff there. And that's all I'll say about Perception. If you follow me on Twitter, you'll probably find the review somewhere on my Twitter. Whatever. Anyways, Ryan, there's some smaller stuff that you've been able to play more than I have, and I finally caught up. And so we're gonna spend very quickly talk about big games of the year.
Probably my two favorite games of the year.
Yes, probably the two of the biggest games of the year.
Definitely.
Persona 5 and Zelda. And again, we've mentioned it, but I finally caught up, and I want to talk about them real quick. Breath of the Wild, I finished it.
Oh, you finished it?
I finished it. It's done. I like it a lot.
I finished all the shrines, so I'm a bit farther ahead of
That's not a thing that I can do, because my biggest thing with that game is I can't stand the shrines.
You told me that.
I can't. And so, I finished Zelda with the bare minimum of shrines I needed to get enough hearts to get the Master Sword. I got the Master Sword. I got all the memories. I think I got everything.
Did you got the bonus memory?
Yes, I did get
the
one where you get once you get all the ones that are listed.
Yes.
Yes, I got that.
After that, okay.
Yes, I got that. So yes, I finished the game. I feel I certainly had a lot of frustrations with it. I think the shrines. I think Super Bunny Hop said it best in his video where he criticized the game, where he's all like, the game is sort of a like, there's always something new and exciting, like just beyond the horizon. But at the same time, there's a shrine, and no matter how you cut it, that shrine has the same music and the same textures every time.
I get that.
And man, that got to me. I'm like, I just don't want to do this. And so I only did the bare minimum, and that was really frustrating. And then the actual dungeons themselves, apart from the Goron one, which I fucking loved. I love everything up. Gorons fucking are great.
They are great.
Everything about Goron City and how you get there is fantastic.
They really like added a lot more personality to them in this one too, which I really loved.
Mm-hmm. And so yeah, back to, I think the dungeons aren't great. They're very easy, and I understand because this is a game designed like, well, they can't put them in a linear, like you can't assume that the player is going to have this power when he takes this dungeon, because they can do them in any order, and so you can't specify. So I get that, but I found them to be very samey and not that exciting and kind of easy, except the Goron one, because that one starts off really good where like you're in the, I did that one last. I think that's why it hit me so well, because you start that game, it's completely dark and you gotta figure out how to light it, and I don't know, I just really enjoyed that one. But my positives, like, man, that game, like,
plays real good.
You climb, like, there's the, was it Dueling Twin Peaks or whatever the hell that thing's called? Man, when you climb that thing and you like it, because it's a fucking climb, and you get up there and you take it all in, like, fuck, I climbed this, and look at everything, and dude, it has moments of grandness that are so good.
It's like that too, and like for me, like when I was like, because I picked it back up this month, because the DLC comes out on the 30th of June, tomorrow, as of recording this, and I was like, okay, I want to finish all the shrines before then. And it's weird because like the world is so fucking huge, but like I can remember it so like vividly, like even like little things, like, okay, this is over here, that's over there, blah blah blah, which is like weird. And like even then, like I'm exploring and I see new things like on the paths of places I've been to forever. Like there's this huge coliseum like I never ran into.
I don't know what you're talking about. Yeah,
it's a huge abandoned coliseum, and I just ran into it when I was searching for shrines. And there was like a super tough Lionel in there, and it was like an epic fight between me and the Lionel in this coliseum that's like ruined, and it was awesome.
Did you beat him?
Yeah, I'm pretty good. Lionels are like, I've seen people like tear them up. Like I can beat them, but it takes me a while because they are. I'm not good at blocking them.
Yeah, that's like the positive thing. Like there's my thing with exploration with that game has always been like you can explore and there's a lot of cool stuff, but also there's a bunch of small enemies, and if all you have are good weapons, your good weapons are gonna get fucking wrecked.
Yeah,
and that's the thing I could never get over. And then when I got to Hyrule Castle, I was like, fuck it, this is the end of the game. It's just fucking wilding out. And at that point, I didn't know how to reflect a laser beam. So I'm just running around like crazy all over the place. Like, oh shit, jump over here, use that ability there, fucking arrow bow. And it was amazing. And it's like so much when fun. The systems work together in tandem, it's like this is like one of the best games ever.
Oh yeah.
You had those moments. And like, it's obvious I have a lot of problems with it. But man, when those exciting new systems work together, it's so good. But yeah, I feel way more. It's definitely one of my favorite games of the year. No matter where I cut it, even though I think I got a lot of issues. Like when they showed that spotlight, and I was like, man, I was like, Zelda, yeah, I have problems with it. It's good, I guess. And then they showed what's his name, the bird with the accordion, and he's playing the fucking song, and I was just like, oh fuck, man, oh Jesus. And I was like, I guess I'm buying all these amiibo. I guess I don't know. I like it.
It's a very good game.
Yeah. Persona 5.
I still haven't picked it up since we last talked.
You haven't finished it yet.
No, my thing with RPGs is always like I played like through them like almost all the way, and then when I'm right near the end, I drop them for like months. I don't know why, but I did that with Tokyo Mirage Sessions. I did that with The World Ends With You. That sucked. And like all of them, it took me like 3 years to beat Bowser's Inside Story, and that game's really short too. I don't know what happened. Weird. I don't know. That's just how I am with RPGs. I love them, but it takes me forever to beat them.
So yeah, Persona 5, I think...
where are you at now?
Date-wise.
Halfway
through, is it Matarame's Palace.
That is the painter.
Yes.
Okay.
Halfway through Matarame's Palace. Okay, so I love Persona 4 is my favorite game of all time. I think I went into this being very pensive or because it's been rather negative, the discussion. I know you like it. Everyone who's new to it really fucking loves it.
Yeah.
And I was like worried a little bit, and I'm playing it now, and I'm kind of disappointed. It's not as good as I wanted it to be, but at the same time, it also has moments there are character moments that are very good, and that whole thing of like going to school and doing stuff and then going to a palace. That's fun, but man, the writing is just not, the characters are just not clicking with me. Specifically, the first 4 you start off with, your character and
Ryuji
Morgana and Yuji. Like I just met Yusuke.
Morgana, yeah.
And I just met Yusuke, and Yusuke's my favorite character so far. I really like him so far.
Yusuke's pretty great.
So I'm interested to see more
Morgana
characters.
definitely grew on me. I did not like Morgana very much.
I don't like him as much as Teddy from 4. But I don't dislike Morgana.
I mean, like, the big thing about me is, like, I love all these characters. Like,
yeah, see, I'm not falling in love with them. Maybe it's because
I had that experience with other characters.
Ryuji seems a lot like a character in Persona 4. That's one of the main guys you meet early. And to me, he just seems like a better version of that character who's not homophobic. I was like, that's cool, I guess. And
there's some homophobic moments in Persona 5, unfortunately.
Okay. And I just got enough kindness to start hanging out with her, so I haven't really delved into her. Because apart from the main Kamoshida bit, you don't really know much about her. She just kind of hangs out, and you're like, oh, you're going to paint a nude painting. Oh, isn't that fun?
It's like, I feel like you should be more upset
about
this.
Yeah, I totally. Like, this is, okay, I guess this is cheeky, sure. And I don't like the fucking guy, the volleyball guy who's your PR manager. He seems okay.
I do not like him at all.
Okay. Should I not invest any time in him?
He has really good rewards, though, when you befriend him.
I'm spending with Takumi. Is Takumi the doctor?
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm spending time with the doctor.
Oh. She's
She's a great character.
She's great.
She's really good.
She has a very good arc, too.
Does she? Okay.
Yeah.
And also her rewards are good. So, yeah, I'm always going to finish it, hopefully by the end of the month. I'm disappointed. I'm probably going to write a thing on it that I'm going to try and pitch it for money. That there's something that connecting it to Catherine that I think was the most exciting thing, going away from Catherine and be like, oh, they're gonna make Persona 5 and this thing's gonna be there and it's gonna be so cool, and it's in Persona 5 and they completely fucked it up, but whatever. I hope that more characters, because I know a lot of the female characters specifically look fucking dope. They look super cool. Like, all of them look so fucking cool as hell. So I'm excited to see where that goes. So yeah, is that all we have to talk about? I guess so, huh, man. Time flies by.
What are we looking forward to in July? I know what I'm looking forward to.
Let me tell you about this little marsupial. He wears jean shorts.
Oh,
he's just a crazy guy. He likes them apples, but don't call them apples. They're Wappa fruits.
Oh, Jesus.
Crash is back, baby.
Yeah, sure.
Crash is back. The Trilogy is coming out. And actually, it's a June game, but it's like literally the last day of June.
Yeah.
So I actually just, while we were recording, got a notification that it's on my way.
Oh, you bought it?
I got a nice Crash theme. Yeah, I sold some stuff. I was like, I don't want to pay money for Crash. Hey, man, I just sold some old Vita games that I don't care about anymore.
That's fair.
Resistance Burning Skies, SpongeBob Hero Pants. No interest in that.
I always forgot you had SpongeBob Hero Pants.
And the Guardians of the Galaxy Blu-ray. But yes, Crash is... Ryan, how do you... It seems like you're not very excited about Crash being
No! His games are weird. It's like behind his back, and you have to move. You only just move forward.
A Sonic ass game, as they call it.
It's a Sonic ass game.
That's what they call it. Yeah.
I don't like it. I've never played one, but I don't like it.
Like I said, I played in that preview build, and I played it, and I was like, man, this is Crash. And there's something to be said about that, I think, because I played it, and it's. I don't think it's bad to say that an Activision joint, when I didn't have a lot of confidence they were going to give any real attention to this. Like, Sony keeps asking us to fucking do it, and we're partners with them with Destiny and Call of Duty now, so fine, we'll fucking break. But then I played it, and I was like, they fucking remade those 3 games.
They did.
And there's something to be said about that they went in and they fucking fully remade those games.
Sony remakes all their games, though.
Sure, but this isn't made in first party. This is made through Activision. This is
but
made
like
through
Crash was always so associated with Sony back.
But
in
it wasn't
the day.
made by Sony.
I guess what they did.
But, like, I don't know. I just thought it was a lot more work than I expected them to do. And I'm getting it because Crash is a good it's a good podcast game. Like I don't need to listen to Crash. I can just be like ba ba da ba da.
Yeah.
And it's $40. So yes, I will be. I'm playing Crash. Not a Crash fan, apparently, Ryan.
No.
Listen, I will dunk on Crash, but also I will play Crash at the same time. Crash just seems like the type of guy who would fuck your wife. Like,
yeah, you saw that ad.
Crash Bandicoot, come to
You
my
saw that
milkshake.
ad of him with all those ladies.
Crash Bandicoot, please stop nutting in my milkshake.
Oh,
anyways, Micro Machines World Series. You know Micro Machines, right? The little car, boom, boom, boom.
Yeah.
They're making a new game about Micro Machines.
I
don't know. I'm probably gonna play it because I think I can play it actually. So I don't know. That's the thing. That's You.
Is
gonna come out. That's
what's that?
That was the PlayLink PlayStation game.
Oh.
That one that looks like
yeah.
Riot Gear Shuhei Yoshida. Remember that?
Yeah. Draw Yosp as Spider-Man.
Yeah. That's coming. That's gonna be for your PS Plus. That's cool.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's the thing. I don't know. I guess I'll play it. I don't know. Final Fantasy 12
The Zodiac
remake
Age
is coming out. I don't. I mean, 12 doesn't look bad, but I don't have it. I'm not in a remake mood. I guess I'm in Crash though. So, but I don't know. Like
I hate remakes. I'm so excited for Crash.
I don't know. Final Fantasy 12 seems good. It seems better than 10. I don't know.
I'm just get so lost in these Final Fantasy remakes because like they remade this, they remade 10.
They made 10 twice.
Yeah.
Because they did 10 on PS3 and Vita, and then they remade that
and
in
yet
4.
We're not getting 7 for another 6 years.
Well, I mean, those are different. I mean, those games are built on 3D.
They're built differently, but still weird.
I guess.
It's still weird to me.
I'm interested to see how it is.
Because, like, if you love Final Fantasy, you're not going to pick up Final Fantasy 12 now. I don't know.
I don't think people are. Because that game is a hard line in the sand where you either love it or you hate it, it seems. There are people who fucking despise that game, mostly because it feels like a completely different game halfway through. It seems like, I think it switched directors halfway through development.
That's always a good sign.
It doesn't look... It's an interesting game because that game had like it had bits of the MMO in it. Like it was an active... Like you just walk up to an enemy and start punching them.
Yeah.
But I don't know. That's the thing that's coming out. Destiny 2 beta. Fuck, I forgot.
Ugh.
I need to pre-order Destiny 2 to get that beta.
Do you?
I mean, I could just pre-order on Amazon and cancel it.
That's
and
true.
Then just give it to me. So Destiny 2. Ryan, you want to play Destiny 2 with me?
I'm good. I'll be honest with you.
Okay. Anyways, Destiny 2 beta. It's
Not
Destiny.
a good logo.
No, still a very bad logo.
Still a very bad logo. That's my take.
Everything about the marketing, none of it evokes what Destiny is. They're trying to unnerdify Destiny. They're trying to make it look cool. Destiny is fucking Star Wars with guns. Like, it's this space dumb thing. Like, fucking, the Traveler and the Darkness and the ba-ba-da-ba-da. You are the chosen one.
Who cares?
Whatever.
Man.
Yonder.
The
Cloudcatcher Chronicles. Are you familiar with Yonder?
Oh, this sounds so familiar.
So it's this sort of like, it looks like Breath of the Wild, but indie. You're like this little small 3D round, like it's a very cutesy, like made like it kind of looks like it was like for like a Playmobil sort of thing, where like these little soft cute animals and shit. It literally looks like Breath of the Wild, but just cute.
Okay.
But also I played a demo of this. I played a version of this, and man, it looks a lot more focused on like crafting and stuff. And I just zoned out completely after that. Like the first mission after you paraglide on this little thing and you cut some grass and you like start a fire, whatever, all this stuff. It's like, I need 7 of these rocks to go ba-ba-da-ba-da. To be fair, Breath of the Wild kind of has that. And that's another thing I don't like about.
Really?
We just meet an NPC is like, oh, I need to get 7 sun shrooms.
Yeah, that's fair.
To do this. And then you go do it.
Go do that for me. I'm going to stand around.
Link. I don't fucking know. Here's some rupees.
It's always rupees.
It's always rupees. Yeah, I don't know. But yeah, Yonder, it didn't grab me, but I think it makes a great first impression because it looks so pretty.
This is a pretty good art style, I'll be honest. I like that.
And I don't know how open it is, but it's hard not to see like, yo, this looks like Breath of the Wild. But obviously this game was in development before. Well, at least they wouldn't know because we didn't know what Breath of the Wild really was until
last year's E3.
Yeah. So
that's some pretty good time to change some stuff up.
So yeah.
Anyways.
Fortnite.
Fortnite.
Are you familiar with Fortnite?
No, I'm not.
You remember 2013 when they so this Fortnite was Epic Games. It was supposed to be their big Unreal Engine 4 game where you build bases and shit or whatever the hell.
Okay.
And then that game disappeared. And then it showed up.
Games do.
And then it showed up a week before E3, and now it's coming out up next month.
That doesn't sound good.
So I don't know anything other than that. That's all I know. You build bases. They showed it for a little bit while we're at that theater at E3. That was that game that had a long demo where they were building stuff, and yeah, I don't know.
It's going right over my head.
Yeah, Fortnite. Splatoon 2.
This is what I'm talking about. I am so fucking excited for this
was
game.
not excited, but then I saw the tournament, and I was like, "Ooh, this is really good."
Splatoon is very good.
They put spectator tools in it.
They did. That's
and
awesome.
And it looks really good. Like the big overview, like you could really see how dynamic and like how like the coolest thing about Splatoon is like how a match can just flip in an instant. It just fucking changes. Like everything's going so well, and then nope, it's all different. And we're all fucked now. It's so good.
I love Splatoon so much.
That's the thing I totally forgot about that game.
Like that and like the salmon run mode that they showed off a bit more.
The horde mode, yeah.
The single player stuff and like the new like designs of like the Inklings and the outfits. It's just so much more of what I loved. And on a controller, it's not this fat piece of play school bullshit.
I liked the Wii U on a Splatoon controller.
That's fair.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know. I'm so excited for this.
I wasn't very hyped. I think everyone was like, it just looks like Splatoon 1.5. But then then you look at
I always believed that it was a lot more.
I was the major one. But then I saw it, and I still kind of think it looked like Splatoon 1.5. But also, Splatoon is a good video game.
It is.
And I was like, man.
Look, man, I'm fine with them just keeping some stuff in just to beat this thing out real quick because it's good. Mm-hmm. And Splatoon, I think, will work better on the Switch than it did on the Wii U. It also reach a much bigger audience.
Part of me wants to get... I can wait. I'm fine. Because that game's going to be supported for at least a year. Maybe even longer.
I'm thinking longer because Nintendo's really...
Because really Splatoon only died off because of the Wii U. That's really the only reason they stopped support.
It was super clear that like, we're probably working on the next version of Splatoon. And they fucking ended it with making the story for Splatoon 2.
Oh, right, because
with the Splatfest.
It continues right after the Splatfest.
What waifu do you like more?
That's dope as fuck, yeah.
That's so awesome.
That's so awesome.
All right.
Let's talk about Pyre, which is coming out. This is the next game by Supergiant, the creators of Bastion and Transistor. Mm-hmm. I don't know much about it because it looks like a weird sports fantasy thing. So I think everyone's kind of... I'm going to play it because it's Supergiant, and I trust them. And Transistor is a great game. And the more I think about Transistor, the more I'm like, man, that fucking game was good. So yeah, I don't know much about Pyre, but it's Supergiant. So
this game. Okay.
Yeah. Hey man, Supergiant's a good developer.
They are.
I know it doesn't look very interesting, but I want to at least give it a chance.
That's fair.
Hey you, Pikmin.
Hey you It's just Hey Pikmin. What's your problem?
Is it just Hey Pikmin?
It's just Hey Pikmin.
Oh, I like Hey You Pikmin.
That's Pikachu you're thinking of.
Oh, I am thinking
Hey
about
You Pikachu.
I am thinking about that. Anyways.
How dare you.
Yeah, Hey Pikmin's coming out.
Hey Pikmin.
Have they shown any more gameplay of that?
They showed some stuff at the treehouse.
Okay.
But
I'm kind of curious because I like the idea of a 2D Pikmin.
I do too, but it's the Yoshi's New Island team.
That's true.
And that's a bad game.
Also, some folks who worked on Blinks the Time Sweeper.
Yeah. And, like, I like Pikmin, but this, I don't know. It's also on the 3DS, so, like, why would you even?
It's no 3D either.
There's no 3D. Also, fucking, like, okay. Sidebar. Mario and Luigi Superstar Saga plus Bowser's Minion was announced. Yes. I love the original. It's a beautiful, wonderful game. That game looks like fucking hot street trash.
It looks exactly the same.
It looks objectively worse.
Does it?
It looks darker. The models are weird and like 3-dimensional. And there's no 3D, even if you have a 3DS. It's a Game Boy Advance game. They can't get fucking 3D to work. What the fuck is Alpha Dream doing? I fucking hate them. They made some of my favorite games of all time, but I want to take them behind an Applebee's and shoot them.
Do you follow...
I'm so pissed.
Do you follow Nintendo Memories on Twitter?
No, I don't.
They're very good.
Very good.
Anyways,
okay.
I remember because they posted a picture of the hardware they worked on. Mario. What was the first DS Mario and Luigi one?
Partners in Time.
Yes, and it was this really cool prototype. It was a Game Boy Advance SP combined with a Game Boy Advance for the 2 screens.
Nice.
And the pad was a Super Famicom thing.
Oh, that's
it's
beautiful.
fucking weird. I'll show it to you after the show. Yeah, I don't know. And last one, Miitopia. Ryan,
Miitopia.
I actually don't know anything about Miitopia. Do you know anything about Miitopia?
I believe it's the same team that worked on Tomodachi Life. And there's a lot of similarities with that, obviously. But yeah, it's just like an RPG. It came out in December last year in Japan. You use Miis and kind of crafts this like adventure from your Miis.
It kind of sounds like a full game version of Save Me.
That and there was like an RPG mini game in Miitopia that was like really short. It's kind of like a combination of both of those two. And like I don't know, I've heard from people that like the writing is really good, but like the gameplay like obviously is very like simple and boring.
How did it
and it didn't do super well in Japan from what I understand.
How did it take so long? Like this feels like a mid 3DS life game.
I think it's just like something they worked on the side with like a small team, and they're just like.
And then the time's like, well, the 3DS is dead now, but the game's done, so I don't fucking know.
I think that must like. They were working on the side. It's like, oh, well, we're not working on anything else. Let's just finish this Miitopia thing that we're fucking around with.
Yeah. Well, that's it, Ryan.
That is it.
Boom. We're probably not going to play a lot of those July games, to be honest. We'll probably just have more old
I'm going to play the fuck out of Splatoon 2.
Oh, you're right. Shit, you're right. Man.
I'm going to play the fuck out of that game.
That's going to be the first Switch game where I'm going to be like, fuck. Like, I'm going to feel some very FOMO. Yeah. God, Splatoon.
That really is like the first, like that and ARMS are like the two Splatoon. I mean, say we love ARMS. There are some people who are really passionate about it. Those are like the first two that I was like, okay, now it's time to get a Switch.
Yeah, that's the one, yeah.
Because like Mario Kart 8 and Breath of the Wild, those are both on the Wii U, and I understand if you don't want to make that
Switch.
that's
why I was like, no.
But
Splatoon 2 looks real good.
I love Splatoon 2 so much. It's so colorful and so beautiful.
Looks good. Anyway, that's a pod. Thank you so much for listening.
Those are our takes. Any more hot takes for the road?
Let me think here. Shadow
of the Colossus is a bad video game.
All right, there.
Good night, everybody. Bye.